morning. Good morning. It is 11:26 a.m. in Saginaw, Michigan, and this is Black News Tonight. That's what you're watching right now in the daytime. We wanted to come to you this morning to do some special coverage of Kenosha, Washington. Um, I have Danger in the building. He was telling me that my mic is low. I have Jeff Bulls coming on this morning to view. He's at work, so he's going to be coming in. His link has been sent. We're waiting for him. But to start off, we're going to get Danger prepared to share his screen, and we're going to go off. I want to first of all um, to let you know that first of all, the video that you're about to see does not represent Black News Tonight in any way, fashion, or form. The video definitely is something that I don't feel like children should watch. I definitely would not let my children sit down and watch this video. So um, don't be alarmed. There is some graphic content. Please don't be afraid and don't be worried. Jeff is in the building. Um, and Here we go. Let's go ahead and Jeff. We're good morning, brother. How are you?
Hanging in there. How about yourself?
I really can't complain. I'm hanging in there myself. Like I told you, we just wanted to do a quick coverage of this and the way we're going to start. First of all, Jeff, because I know that we're working on time here, I'm going to have Danger play this clip for us so everybody can see it. And but beforehand, why don't you tell us your first thoughts and where you're at? I've been watching your stream all morning and even yesterday about the situation. So why don't you let the people know right now where you are mentally?
Um, I guess the first word that comes to mind is anger. Um, I can't put it any other way. I wish I could be hopeful. I wish I could be, reflective. But in the moment, it's just anger, and you know that goes in many different directions.
Right. Same. Um, Frustration
Yeah,
and anger. You know,
yeah.
just I think we've spent 4 months trying to say that we're not heard and that we're not being listened to. And here we are at the brink of, the election, at the brink of the RNC literally saying that there is no racism in this country. There is
Which
no
is
disgusting.
very.
There is no, implicit bias in this country. And here we are again dealing with the same things. Let me be very clear. You and I both know how these types of coverages are taken. So, what is our um, resolve? What? How do we really get past this? Is that even a thing?
It's it's tough for me to say in the moment, but I'll try. There is a way past this, and the way past this is brutal honesty. There's
Brutal
no more.
honesty.
There's no more sugarcoating it. Um, there's no more putting a bow on it and saying that all sides and enough, enough of that. We have to be honest in the moment, after the moment. That's the only way this is going to change. We keep placating people that say that they don't understand when they see it just the way that we do. They have the same mediums that we do. I'm looking at it on my phone, they look at it on their phone.
Mm,
I have a laptop when I stream it, they have a laptop. They see it. So, we have to start being honest firstly with ourselves, because we, you know, I have, friends that are not black, and that don't have the same experiences as me, and they tend to see things a little bit differently than us, and we
Hmm.
kind of we let them have some allowances. We let them feign ignorance,
To keep the peace.
no, to keep the peace, and no more of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I say this in friendship. I say this about friendships. If your friendships cannot, you know, take some honest truth telling, it's
Mm,
really not a friendship. If you're my ally and you're not listening to me, you're not really my ally.
mm,
We have to be honest about that. And that's tough sometimes because we lose who we think are good people in conversations like this. But you're not my friend, you're not my ally if you don't understand my struggle.
mm,
It's
mm.
it's that it's that it's period, point blank.
So you're not my friend. You're not my ally. If you don't understand my struggle, I think that's eh, you said a whole mouthful there. Um, because I find myself so many times in this world uh, tucking my feelings aside just to make sure that everybody is happy. And Jeff, I'm not cutting you off. Trust me here.
No, 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 it's fine.
We just got Danger loaded up this video, and I really hope that I get you to be able to respond after this video plays. I know we're working on time constraints, so I'm gonna listen, folks. If you're viewing right now and you have some children watching, please put your children's eyes away. This is not a video that any children should be watching under the age of 12. Um, Honestly, under the age of no children. It's rated mature for a reason. We're gonna share to you this whole video right now on Black News Tonight in the daytime because I feel like you need to see this. You have to. So, Danger, go ahead and play that video and then bring me and Jeff back after that. Thank you so much, Danger, for that.
Wow.
7, like literally 7, 7 shots. 7 is it? And, and let me say this: like my mind and my heart was not prepared because um, I'm definitely a performer at heart, so I definitely didn't want to watch this video uh, beforehand. And I know
That's
you,
actually my first time actually seeing it. I didn't want to see it.
yeah,
Um, and the reason I, you know, refrain is it's trauma. It's over and over again we reintroduce ourselves to trauma. It's like abuse. It's abuse. It's like, we've seen enough of this to now we have PTSD at this point. Um,
Jacob Blake is 29 years old. He's 29 years old. He was. His children, 3, 5, and 8 years old, were in the car. This is all alleged. And that's the reports, but you can see the video. And I'm 30, Jeff.
that scene could play out with any of us
My
at
kids are
any
3.
given time. And for his children to see that in real time in their face, What do we think that's going to do to them?
I mean, do they even care anymore?
They've never cared.
Okay, because they did not
Back
bring
to
us
a
here to
brutal
be
honesty.
citizens. They did not bring us here to be citizens. They didn't. So, I know people hate when I say this, but I say it with facts. You know, if you can watch that video and get anything else besides that is disgusting, and it's literally exactly what we mean when we say when we speak about tokenism and when we speak about systemic racism and systemic oppression. It's exactly what we're talking about. When you see what we just seen as two black men in this world, and we see someone that looks like us, someone that has the same melanin in our skin, you don't know how else to react or respond but think that could have been me and my children. And in America,
Exactly.
we are too complacent. We are too complicit. We are too desensitized to gunshots. We are too desensitized to racism. And this is a heart check for you. And I don't think America wants a heart check.
No, this society is selfish. And that the only time that it's, important is when it happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
And in these situations, let's just call it out plainly. This is not happening to other people of other persuasion. So it doesn't elicit a real response that's urgent. It's just, that's why you get the buts and the ands and the ifs. If he didn't go into the car, there's always a but.
If he didn't
There's
run, if he didn't
always a but.
resist, and there's never a but. Like maybe he feared for his life when he's seen so many people shot dead. That's his color, his complexion. Maybe he wanted to make it home today to his children. Maybe he didn't. No one ever buts that. It's you got people. Um, Listen, Danger, Bull, check out your private comments because Danger is speaking the straight truth. I don't know why he's not. I know why he's not on camera because he's with his daughter right now. But one of the things he said, and I think as a news station we need to say this: Breonna Taylor did not resist. So she was killed by the police as well. She had a no-knock warrant. They went into her house, and her boyfriend did not know who they were. So of course he did what's the right as an American of self-preservation, and he tried to actually protect him and his girlfriend. One of the worst things about this story is that the mother literally was at the crime scene. She went to the hospital first. That's where they told her daughter was. And then when she came back and realized her daughter is still in the building, they tried to blame the murder on the boyfriend. Like, do you know anybody that would want to hurt Breonna? Then they find out in the end that they had the wrong people in the first place.
The guy that they were looking for was already incarcerated.
Already incarcerated, man. Like,
you know, I, the conversation has to shift, and it has to shift very hard and very fast to police accountability. This is why, you know what I mean, and not to, shift too much, but this is why I have trouble when we talk about, who's on the ballot in November
mm-hmm.
in the presidential election. When you have, you know, when you have candidates that cannot say the words police brutality,
mm.
they don't. Matter of fact, they don't even bring up policing. That,
Mm.
that's a direct shot at me. That's how I feel. Like that means you don't see me, and when you don't see me, I don't see a reason, or there's no urgency for me to vote for you if you don't see me. And that's what I want Black people to understand ultimately. When you're not being seen, you have no reason to pull the lever. And I know that's kind of a radical position in today's politics,
I'm
but
gonna let
it's
you have
some,
whatever position you want to have today, Jeff. I'm gonna let you have whatever position you want to have. I always correct you. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not.
and I understand that ultimately I understand that my positions are radical and that they aren't the norm, and that more than likely, black people at a 90% clip are going to vote Democrat. I just hope that we think. I just hope that I could spark a thought, just a second thought about it. That would be a win for me, because we have to at some point become self-interested, and that brings us back to this incident today and where we are in the present. We have to, become politically invested in, how our community is policed, and where we need to go. Qualified immunity needs to lead. We need to make clear you know, who police departments answer to. That's how we move forward in this.
I, I don't want to. I don't want to get off. I want to make sure that we talk about the militia because uh, what
Please.
I want to make sure. Danger, I sent you those two links that Jeff sent me with the gentleman. I want to make sure we cover it all because what is it? 3 days of protesting now, Jeff?
Yeah.
So 3 days of protesting, and here here's let me take my glasses off. I watched the first night of the RNC. And I'm not bringing this up for it to be a political thing, but obviously it is political because this is you have to look at how the political parties deal with the situation of police brutality. So you have the Democrats who are so afraid to lose the never Trumpers or the conservatives that they don't get up and even talk about police brutality. Like Joe Biden never, he said George Floyd's name and his daughter's name, and he didn't even say the words police brutality. He didn't even say we're going to make Gianna Floyd's dad's death not be in vain. He didn't even say that. He couldn't even give us that. Then fast forward a week later to the RNC, where these jokers gonna rally their base. That's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. They rallied their base. They rallied their voters. They rallied the people that vote for them. They know what they need. They know that they want more police. They know that they don't want to reform. They know that when they talk about reform, it's completely different. They feel like we should give this organization way more money, way more power, way more time in order to change it, in order to do something different with it. They feel like let's shove more money to this.
Right.
Let's shove more money so we can teach them about de-escalations. Let's shove more money so we can teach them about, police brutality and excessive force. Let's retrain them that way. But let me tell you something. If you can't watch that video and see that you should be standing up and saying, look, like we need something to change, we need something to be different. If you can't watch that, and Jeff, I'm going to cover this really quickly and then I'm going to get off of it. Rest in peace, Cannon. But his criminal has been served. He's been served justice. Y'all do this a lot where y'all found, the one, even his parents said, go do your research. His parents says this was not a racial death. They don't know what's wrong with the killer, but he's been charged with murder, locked away. The two officers in this case are on administrative leave. Jeff, what does administrative leave mean?
Means nothing to me. Means, we're gonna let this calm down a bit. We're gonna let the news cycle on through, and something else will happen, and it'll shift the public's attention to something else.
We'll move on. We'll do something different. We'll keep it moving, because that's an administrative leave is also known as home assignment. Temporarily relieves an employee of the normal job responsibility. The employee is asked to remain at home during a regular work hour, but continues to receive regular pay and benefits.
And that's what has to change. You know, that's where our, us as citizens have to really understand our power. And, we can change these outcomes by changing policies and shifting, we, a lot of us don't know that, we can force accountability, you know, by way of who we elect. If you're in a city of a Kenosha or even a Saginaw, you have a city council, you have an elected body. And if they're not doing enough to force change, to force accountability, then we as the citizens have to then turn our eyes to them and say, hey, why aren't you moving? And what's your problem here? Like, you saw what we saw and you aren't doing anything about it. That has to invoke a certain response from those of us who elect people to do a job. It's your job to hold a police department accountable, a police chief accountable. We have to get it in our minds that it's our duty to force accountability. Like, we pay, police are, they're paid by taxpayer dollars. That's our money.
To protect and
So
serve all
us,
Americans, us, everybody in the community, not to come out and make a suspect, not to
exactly.
be the judge, the jury. No, no, they come out to apprehend if needed with at least force as possible.
Right.
We say so often, get your knee off my neck, because that's a big deal. Like, why is someone literally cutting off the circulation of air to someone's body? That's a huge deal. Like, if you don't see that, if you don't understand that, if you don't get it, if it doesn't make you feel some type of way, I'm sorry, you're a part of the problem. If you keep talking about the buildings burning, if you keep talking about all of the things surrounding it, you are a part of the problem, and you need to be ashamed of yourself. If you can look at this video and see anything else but torture and terrorists in this own United States, you are a part of the problem. I'm sick and tired of pussyfooting around and keeping it cute, keeping it all good, but nah, forget that. Let's be real. This man was murdered, slaughtered in the middle of the street with his babies by him. And you mean to tell me that's the American dream? Because that American dream don't look good to me. It don't look good to my kids, and it don't look good to my ex. It don't look good to nobody. It don't look good to me. And if that's the American dream that you live in, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. I'm sorry, but you confused. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You sorry. You're sorry. You're a sorry excuse for an American if you look at that video and see anything other than pain and something that needs to be changed and something that needs to be done now. A quick work. We tired of asking. We're demanding respect. At least respect us as blood bleeding through a human heart. Respect us as humans with human feelings. There's no way any black American can look at this video. Well, I'm sorry. There is a way for some of you, because you have large Trump checks to cash. There's a way for some of you to look at them. You have large Biden checks to cash. There is a way for you to look at the video and be numb to it, but there's not a way for me to look at the video and be numb to it, because every day that I put down Charles and I put down Jewel, my twins, I think, and I say, let's say our prayers for the night. Let's say our prayer. Lord, bless us as we go to sleep. Protect our souls while we sleep. Bless mommy, bless daddy. These are the things I'm praying with my babies at night. And then when I wake them up in the morning, I ask God to bless me so that I make it home to them.
Absolutely.
I just want to make it home to my kids and not die from a routine traffic stop. And stop with your dog whistle politics. They're trying to get in the suburbs. You brung the literal gunist. I don't know how to say it anywhere else. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Jeff, did they not bring the people from that had their guns pointed at peaceful protesters on the RNC? If that doesn't show you what your party stands for, I don't know what does. Because when you do crap like that, when you slap your approval on some bull crap, that's when you end up allowing things like this to happen again. Because you made everybody in the world think that wasn't significant. You desensitized your whole party to believe that these peaceful protesters were wrong. And the people that had guns were not villains, but victims. And that's what you call implicit bias. That's what you call systemic racism. That's what you call systemic oppression. When the one holding the gun threatening to kill is the one that's right.
Absolutely.
Jeff, I'm going to let you go after this 1 minute and 34-second video. I know you have to go, but play that video, Danger, please, right now, and give it some solo view.
You can keep people from pointing their guns at the crowd.
Yeah, no laser pointers either. No laser pointers. They think that's guns too. That's what started most of it. Way back by the gas station again.
Hey, thank you, guys. You need water? Seriously. Guys, we're all right. You need water. We need water. We'll throw you one.
Thank you. All right, come on, guys. Let's get out of here. Damn. You're all
Okay, we'll give you a couple. We'll throw you a couple. Thank you. Yes, you. You are a civilian. This area is closed to them. You're trespassing. Please. Please, now. We got a couple. We got to save a couple, but we'll give you a couple. We appreciate you guys. We really do.
Hey, can we go this way? Can we walk this way? Hold on. I need a sip. I'm sure they have a lot of bottles of water.
That's all we can spare.
Nice truck, man.
You're going to have to get out of there. You're just the last warning. You're going to have to move south or you're going to have to get off this block. This is the last warning. You will disperse.
All right.
So now, please, thank you.
Hey, thanks for attention to us, man.
Wow. I don't know. I'm not. Oh, wrong headphones on. That's what's going on. So, update. Like I didn't allude when I was talking about other things. I want to make sure Jacob is still alive, fighting for his life. Ben made sure we said that. And it's true. He's still alive, fighting for his life. But you guys have to remember something. What we're being told and what we're seeing in this world is that if a black man makes it out of a situation like this, that's good enough. Well, at least he didn't die. Well, at least he wasn't George Floyd. Well, at least he wasn't Breonna Taylor. Well, at least he wasn't Sandra Bland. Well, at least he wasn't. Here's the fact.
We never get to the root cause.
No, we
never
don't
get to the root cause.
We don't want to, Jeff. They don't want to get to the root cause. If they did, they would stop getting black people that believe like they believe You got 4 black people that believe like you believe and say that Donald Trump is not a racist, so you think that works. That's and then you call all protesters rioters. But if we called all people that think like you racist, we got a problem. We can't call you a racist without you having an issue. But if we report stuff on things like this, there's always a but. There is no but. There's no but in this situation. The only but is your stupid butt. There is no but. Well, why did he run? No, shut the hell up. He ran because he was scared for his life. And if you were black, you would understand what it feels like to be in America and be scared for your life. I'm talking about me with no record. I'm talking about me with no felonies. I'm talking about me who still look out the corner of my eyes just to make sure there's no police behind me. Yeah, me. Me who's never been arrested, me who's never been in jail, but me who's been stopped, me who's been profiled, me who has had my wife with me in the car where they pull both of us out of the car in the winter in the cold. Like me. It takes somebody like me to die with no record, me or you, Jeff, to die with no record for them to say it's valid for us to have a complaint, valid for us to have a reason to talk about it, valid for us to. No, I'm not shutting up anymore, man. I'm sick and tired. I'm disgusted. I'm ready for something new. Jeff, you better jump in.
I mean, I agree with you wholeheartedly, and the sad thing about it is there will still be a but, even with me or you, who's I've never been arrested. I don't have any record.
Mm-hmm.
I barely have a traffic ticket. I don't have anything on my record, and there will still be a but. There will still be wait until all the facts come out. There'll still be something. It's always a but.
You need an investigation to pull up enough dirt against this man to tell us that this was right. And
that's what we're dealing with now. That's the timeline.
Yep.
That's you have people that haven't made a statement yet. They're waiting. They're waiting for something. Hey, he had a joint in the car. Hey, one of his tires was a little bit low, so that's why he was pulled over. He had something hanging from his mirror. Some sort of justification. I've heard that he had some type of warrant. Like they would know he had a warrant in the moment. But now he has a warrant. So, see? You had a warrant.
Danger, put it back up there. I see Danger wants us to make sure we stay on the fact that this guy walking around with guns, shooting peaceful protesters is yet at large and still alive.
And the police passed him by. He ran towards the police with his hands up, screaming, "Hey, it was me." And they said, well, he had to be a black person, so we're going to scream right by you. Wasn't you. It was me.
And not going to report about him. We're going to report about the fact that the rioters.
It's riot porn. I mean, it's looting porn at this point.
It's disgusting, man.
And and that's where and I have to thank you for this medium, for your show, because this is important, man. I think back to something that Malcolm X pointed out about media, and he said, if you're not careful, the media will paint the oppressor as the hero and the oppressed as the enemy.
Wow.
And it plays out over and over and over again. And that's where, I guess a broken clock is right twice a day. And that's one of the things I actually agree with Trump. Sad to say, that the media can be dangerous in many respects if they're not responsible in their reporting. So I just wanted to plug you
Thank you
on this show to thank you for stepping into this arena and knowing that, you have a voice, and that, being responsible with reporting is really, really important. So thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Jeff, I want to thank you for being available all the time, for coming on for coverage like this. Listen, we here. We ain't going nowhere. We get nervous when we do stuff like the RNC because it's reasons like that that they're the reason of our very existence. See, what you don't understand, this is independent news. This is independent media. So this is us telling you what we feel. And we bring all walks of life on this show to talk. Jimmy Green's going to be on tonight. You're going to be on tonight for the RNC coverage. But I feel like we spending all this time on making flyers for RNC and all that stuff. And then here I am right now. And I'm like, man, I got to report what's really going on with my heart. Blake grew up outside of Chicago. He moved to Kenosha for a fresh start, his family said. Just so you know, please pray for Blake. He's fighting for his life at this current moment in time. Jeff, I want to thank you. I know you got to get back to work. I got to get off of this thing too. We want to thank you all for viewing. Share this video. This is real news, independent media coverage of Kenosha, Washington. We're going to give you updates. We're going to make sure you know what's going on. And Ben Smith said the RNC was a total shrine circus. You're correct. And I've asked every Republican friend I have on my Facebook page to come on and comment and give their open opinion, because I didn't want to slaughter it like I slaughtered the DNC, and I'm a Democrat. I'm okay with that. But I'm a Democrat that can walk with lights of Jeff Bull, so I'm cool with that too. But with that being said, guys, listen, keep your children safe. Keep them close to you. And if you are black, and if you're a black man in America, I'm going to be honest with you. My mama gives me the de-escalations that I've been getting since I was 6 years old as a baby. My mom tells me, don't walk out the store without a receipt. You never want anybody to think you stole something. If the store receipt machine is broken, ask them for a bag. When you go into the store, don't touch nothing, don't ask for nothing, don't look for nothing, don't look like you want something, don't put nothing in your pocket, don't act like you acting like you're going to put something in your pocket. You don't want to do. If you get stopped by the police officer, this is my mother who gave me these recently in July when someone else in our city was tased by the police. She just gave me this whole subject again. She said, look, if you get pulled over, put your hands on the steering wheel. Do not move until the police say you can. If they ask for your license and registration, ask for permission for it. This is my mother, scared to lose her son.
Absolutely.
How many mothers have to cry? How many sons have to die before you realize our pain matters? All Americans matter. And forget that. Black lives matter. Not the organization, but the movement is definitely real. And it's got real people like me and Jeff Bull who has no felonies. We're not stereotypes. We both work and feed our children. And guess what? That doesn't give you an excuse to kill anybody that looks like us that don't work and have issues. Danger, I'm going to end this video. I'm not going to play that video again. Hit the 30-second clip. Jeff, my brother, get back to work. I love you, man. Stay up.
Love you too, brother.